Pardon?
I said I agree with you.
Well, I appreciate it. I hope a majority of Virginians do. We'll find out. That show up. I'll tell you what, we don't have to convince one person to agree with us. Not one. Voter turnout in Virginia is going to be below 50%. All we've got to do is go to that other 50%, find the ones that already agree with us, and bring them out. Motivate them. Get them to the polls. That's how I've won races in Northern Virginia. You know, when you've got my positions in Northern Virginia, you need to run good races to win. There's a reason I'm the only one left up there in this, among state senators. And it's because we've run good grassroots campaigns that aren't based on Ken Cuccinelli. They're based on protecting the Constitution, protecting property rights, limiting government, protecting life, protecting families. The people who care about those things come out and help us get over the top. We've been outspent in all three of my Senate races, and we have never, ever been outworked, ever. And we won't be outworked this year. Yes, sir. I'll go down the table here.
This is just a comment. The last couple of weeks I've been running around with my car. I have a poster about keep my hands off my health plan, and I got one that socialism is not cool.
Yeah, I like that one. Again, I love simplicity.
Yeah, and I gotta say it. I've had more than a dozen people come up to me unannounced and say, I like that. Only one individual took exception to it. And he wrote a snotty note on it, that's all. He didn't even see me.
Chicken.
Yes.
Unwilling to debate. Sounds familiar. Yes, sir.
In the 5th District, are there coal mines?
No.
No, okay. I was going to
West.
say that one
West
term
of the
Tommy
5th.
voted for cap and trade.
Yeah, but the impact, the 5th District is hit hard, not like the 9th. I mean, I was at the Breaks on Sunday. It's on the Kentucky border. And, you know, that part of Virginia, South Side too, I mean, the southern part of the 5th District struggles economically. I mean, the highest unemployment in Virginia is in the 5th District, not the 9th. But the southwest part of Virginia, before we got to this recession, was not in a spectacular economic position. They've struggled. They've struggled. And when you look at legislation whose goal, let's strip it all down, is to shut down the coal industry. The president has said he wants to do that. The vice president has said he wants to do that. Their allies are working to do it. They're doing it in Virginia's courts. The Sierra Club is suing in the Eastern District of Virginia to take the Army Corps of Engineers and the Virginia Department of Mining, Mineral Resources, Mines, Minerals, and Energy out of regulating our own industries. This is a 10th Amendment fight.
The president also said he wants clean coal energy. We can do it before we do it again. I've seen that ad. But Biden at the same time was saying we're going to kill that industry.
Well, and the president has also said that their goal is to drive up electricity rates so people use less electricity. You know, there are days I wonder if they just want us to live in caves. But you know, the most environmentally friendly nations in the world are the ones that are the most economically advanced. There is a correlation there. And even in a place like China, where they've got some spectacular environmental disasters of their own making, you know, people are finally starting to react to it. It's hard in a communist, tyrannical society, but it is a cause for organization for them in many respects. And it's interesting to have heard the Premier of China in an interview recently talk about moving in the direction of more representation, of having more than one party on the ballot. I joke with people that we literally did have the biggest political convention in the free world in the last 15 years here in Virginia this year, including Democrat and Republican national conventions. We had more than twice as many delegates as they have at their national conventions. There were probably, though, bigger ones in the not free world, but they didn't have as many choices on the ballot. So, you know, that is a difference. Yes, sir.
One question. Do you know what the calendar is considered 60 days for posting of political signs?
You know, that varies by locality. I don't know y'all's. Fairfax, where I live, is 75 days.
This coming Friday, we can start, basically.
Okay.
Two months before.
You know, it's interesting, and it hadn't occurred to me, this is the shortest the election season can possibly be. Labor Day is the latest day that it can be on the calendar. It's the 7th of September. Election Day is November 3rd. The traditional election period, being Labor Day to Election Day, is literally as short as it can possibly be. I love sprints. I'm a big fan of special elections. I rip my Band-Aids off. I don't pull them slowly. You know, I want to do this, fight it, get it done, and bring a good positive message based on founding principles to the rest of Virginia. And we have an opportunity to do that this year. And the other side knows it. They are worried, and I'll tell you in 30 days what I think you're going to see. You heard it here first. Creed Eads is going to continue to flounder at the top of their ticket. It was interesting to see him try to change the subject to abortion. Did it up in Northern Virginia, of course. There are years that candidates can drive the agenda, and there are years that circumstances drive the agenda. 2009 is a year when the circumstances we live in are driving the agenda. Voters care first about the economy, second about the economy, third about the economy. Attempts to change the subject aren't going to work. And whether that's the subject I'd like to be talking about or not, and I'm perfectly happy to talk about it, it is what we're going to have to talk about to address the concerns of Virginia's voters. But it is a great place to talk about limited government versus what we're getting. And it is a stark contrast. But it presumes that we've got candidates that are committed to limited government. I am. I know that I'm running with a lot of candidates that are committed to limited government. You know, you've got Rob Bell here's a good example. Those are folks that need to articulate that message, and I know Rob does that. Like I said, he's a hard grassroots worker. It's one of the things I really appreciate about him. But that's how we got to deliver that message, and we've got to draw the contrast. We're never going to have a better chance, folks, to draw the contrast left to right than we've got right now. We're never going to have, I hope we never have this good an opportunity, because it's coming at a very high cost to America. So we're getting lemons, let's make some lemonade out of it.